Hey guys, Cam for 15, joined by my co-host Red Wolf, back at it with another video for you guys as we are back to talk Bleach 1000-Year Blood War. As we are wrapping up on part 3 with part 4 coming up next year. So, this episode was the focus of Haschwalth and Bazz B's relationship.
Yeah, and it starts off with the last scene that we saw them with them, like, saying with Bazz B saying, shouldn't you be asking why am I still alive?
Yes,
And then it cuts over to a flashback of them as little kids.
yes. Pretty good writing and good storytelling here. So we do see them fight a bit before the flashback, and Bazz B does catch Haschwalth by surprise occasionally, but regardless, this dude, well, is that dude, if you could say so. And
He's in.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, he ran on walls, dodging one of his fire attacks. And realistically, Haschwalth was like, dude, I don't want to do this right now. You're just being a nuisance. Like, stop this nonsense, right? So that's when we get cut back to the flashback. And we find out that in the flashback, Bazz B ended up coming up across Haschwalth. Now, before we even cut to the flashback, he's like, come on. He's like, why ain't you call me Bazz like you did in the past? And he calls him Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo, Jugo. Yeah, maybe Hugo, I think.
Probably Hugo. The J is probably silent.
Mm-hmm.
So in the flashback, they were like friends, best of friends, it seems like Haschwalth was training, but he can never get strong or anything. And basically, Bazz B, we could see he could use like these arrow attacks. He didn't have the fire abilities yet, I'm guessing. But he could like make, obviously, arrows of reishi and everything with like a crossbow or something. But you just had it to where Haschwalth wasn't able to do that. Like, the thing he used was predominantly his sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of bonded with each other and everything. But then you had it to where, like, there was this one individual who's like, oh, Hugo, you weren't supposed to go far or anything.
I'm guessing that's his uncle. I'm guessing.
I don't know. And he called him like his precious Hugo. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, he must be one of those very, very abusive uncles that, try to take advantage of their kids.
So you think something sexually could have potentially been happening behind the scenes and we don't know?
Probably not sexual, just abusive. I think just abusive. I don't think they would go that far.
Well, this is 1000-Year Blood War uncensored, so.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Anyways, you then get this whole moment to where you see a burning castle. A burning castle.
Mm-hmm. Burning in blue flames.
What happens in the scene?
So, this was apparently Bazz B's home, which was getting attacked by Yuha-Bug's army. So yes, we see little Hugo seeing everything caught in flames. We're actually seeing people getting slaughtered, and even a nun getting shot right through the head.
That was a brutal.
That would, yeah. Yes. So yes. And then we also cut over to Bazz B hiding, and he sees Yuha-Bug with the compound eyes.
Yes, the almighty shit he's been using so far from what we've seen.
Yes.
The multiple eyes.
It wouldn't surprise me if Yuha-Bug actually saw Bazz B there, but he just chose to ignore him.
Yes. especially when we get later on into the backstory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what happens is he ends up meeting up with Haschwalth, and basically they make this vow to get revenge on Yuhaba for what he did in killing all the people, killing their families, and things like that.
That's the thing. I think you already noticed it too, but considering considering that Haschwalth probably has like a abusive uncle, I don't think he has any any motivation for revenge like Bazz B does to begin with. I don't know if you noticed that too, but
He agreed to help him, and they made a vow, best of friends.
yeah.
So you get a montage of them traveling together. And Bazz B talks about like he was trying to train him up how to use like his Reishi Quincy abilities, but he never could. And everything. So that's when he picked up the sword, and basically Bazz B through this whole monologue or this montage talks about how like Haschwalth was training, over and over and day after day, continuing to try to get stronger and at least prove, something to Bazz B, that he could stick alongside him and be his companion. While obviously Bazz B was getting stronger with his Quincy abilities and everything. And this all comes to a blow as I guess a year or two passes, and they're in this village. And then basically that's when you have it to where Yuhabok's army comes into this town, and they basically and you have this like one lieutenant guy. He talks about like how there's going to be a whole new military operation under His Majesty Yuhaba, and that's when he brings up the reference about the Stern Ritters. And he's like, you'll essentially basically be drafted to train to be a Stern Ritter and everything. So Bazz B sees this, right? And he's like, this is our chance. If we can join the ranks, we can catch this guy by surprise. What?
Your camera froze on my end.
Oh. So essentially he comes across to this lieutenant guy. Basically he's like, hey, come on, let me join. And this dude's like, you're not very impressive.
Yeah, he's like, no, he says, wait till like the whole like recruitment thing is gonna happen. Then you can prove yourself there. Although I doubt you can.
Yes. Now Bazz B is like, what you doing? Why you running away, a coward? I bet I could beat your ass right here, right now. And that ticks off the lieutenant to the point is like, oh, you want me to prove it? All right, I'll prove it to you. I'll show you right here, right now.
You can see the craziness in his face.
Yeah, he definitely did not like Bazz B. He hated him.
Mm.
So hold on, guys. Okay. So, but it looks like before they start clashing, Yuhaba shows up. Mm-hmm. And he uses his spiritual pressure to knock everybody down as if they're bowing down to him right then and there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the one lieutenant's like, oh, Your Majesty, I'm so sorry for the way I acted and everything, right? He walks past and he's like, I finally found you after all this time. And he's basically not talking about Bazz B. He's talking about Haschwalth.
Mm-hmm.
And Haschwalth is like, wait, what are you talking about? And he's like, you're my other half.
Now that's interesting. His other half.
So he basically tells him, like, deep down, like, you think you were powerless, but you're actually not. You're pretty strong and you're pretty talented, right? Now this is when Bazz B starts to stand up, and he's just like, come on, Let me join. I bet you're talking referring to me. And Yuhabat looks at him as like, please, you thought that you were this? You see, this boy right here, he's been actually enhancing your Quincy abilities. So where you thought that you were stronger, he actually was enhancing that, and it made it look like you were vastly improving yourself. But reality is, you were just getting strength from somebody else, not your own.
Which makes me wonder how, like, did it start from when they first met, or before that? Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. I don't. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So then he then asked Bazz B, he's like, hey, are you willing, or one, he asked Bazz B, come on, join me, make your decision, right? And Bazz B, he looks, or not Bazz B, a Haschwalth looks at Bazz B and he sees Bazz B's pretty pissed off. And he's like,
Oh, don't look at me like that. Shouldn't you be happy for me?
yeah. Cause at that point, you know, Yuhaba's like, you're gonna be basically like my right hand man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at, and Bazz B's looking at him with eyes of contempt, and he's just like, and then he's like, so then
Your camera froze.
I'm not frozen.
Your camera froze on me for a bit.
That's your crappy internet. If it froze on my end, your camera would have froze on mine.
Mm.
Anyway, so what then happens next is Haschwalth ends up basically trying to lie, and he's like, I'm not what you think I am. I'm not that strong. Trust it. You know, you should take somebody like Bazz B. He's really talented.
He said that before you, Buck.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. But eventually, Haschwalth, that's when he becomes, well, what he is today, and he just realizes that Bazz B is nothing special.
Yeah, Bazz B actually tried to kill Yuhabak right there on the spot, but then Haschwalth like got in the way and catches the arrow.
Yes, and then it ended up cutting back to the present where he caught the arrow too, and everything just like he did in the past. So we then cut back to the flashback. 3 years ended up passing by, and Haschwalth is basically like a higher up member, right? But at the same time, that's when Bazz B finally, passed everything to become a Stern Ritter, right? Because he wanted to follow in Haschwalth's steps and catch up to him, right? And he tries to start a fight with Haschwalth, and Haschwalth's like, it's an injustice for Stern Ritters to fight each other. And basically, Bazz B wants to prove his strength to Haschwalth to say, like, look, man, I'm strong enough to keep up with you. Don't leave me behind, right? We made this promise that we were going to kill you, Haba. And now you want to turn your back on me, right? The lieutenant there, who was all snarky and everything, was there too. He was kind of the whole thing. But it then cuts back to the present with their fight. And you just kind of see, like, it looks like Bazz B's getting the upper hand, but realistically, Haschwalth has complete control of this fight.
Yeah, Haschwalth didn't even take it seriously. Like, the moment Bazz B got too close, he literally lost an arm. He lost an arm.
Yeah. And then he cut him up. Blood spewing all over the place from Bazz B.
That's gruesome.
And that's essentially when Bazz B ended up finally admitting that he was stronger than him.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess Bazz B's dead.
I guess so.
I don't know what's going on in Haschwalth's mind right now after that, but he's just emotionless right now anyway, so.
Yeah. Ever since he first met Yuhaba and Yuhaba told him about his talent, he just been the person he is and everything. So it sucks because this man was like that was his boy, that was his friend. They made this promise together, and he kind of backstabbed him.
Yeah.
So it was good storytelling, good backstory. Never thought it would get that deep. You almost feel bad for Bazz B.
Yeah.
And also too, like, this dude was being abusive to other Quincy's in the past. He was killing other Quincy's. So that's why I believe, like, he don't care about nobody. He says he wants to kill the Soul Reapers and everything, but let's be honest, he don't care about nobody. He like literally like trying to restart the entire universe.
Yeah.
So that's basically it of this week's episode of Bleach. Pretty good episode. Enjoyed it. So next week we are getting a 1 hour special. We're getting 2 episodes in one to end off part 3.
Honestly, after what I've seen in Bazz B and Haschwalth, I have to wonder once again. Is the whole thing about Uryu like joining Yuhabak really just about him just being a Quincy, or because they have yet to tell us that's all to the story, and I hope they explain that before the season ends, but I highly doubt that.
Well, if they don't explain it here, well then they're gonna explain it in part 4. We still have one more part coming up. Now Jump Festa. I don't know. I think Bleach has a panel at Jump Festa. So they might reveal some more details, especially when it's probably going to air. I'm guessing part 4 is going to either air in the fall or the summertime. My guess is they want to get work on this as much as possible. It's probably going to air in the fall time, so they get the best amount quality yet. So, regardless, we got the 1 hour special. I will be going solo next week because my friend will be going out of town for the Christmas holidays. So you will only see me talking Bleach. So the next time you get his thoughts, it will be when we return for part 4.
Indeed.
So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to the 1 hour special. I believe we did this in part 2. Very intrigued to see what type of blue ball cuck cliffhanger we're going to be left on. Because I already know it's coming. Just like Dawn to Dawn. We got left on of a freaking cuck-like cliffhanger. Yeah, I know this is going to leave us up on a cliffhanger like that.
Yeah. Please don't tell me that.
You already know what's going to happen.
Now I'm tempted to watch the manga of the Dawn. I'm tempted.
Read it.
For that.
Go read it. I'm not reading. I'm not touching that. Go read it. Go be like me and break the rules. I did it with One Piece. I did it with My Hero.
I said I'm tempted. I didn't say I'm gonna do it. Just like I'm tempted about Black Clover, but I haven't done it yet.
You should just give in for Black Clover because that ain't coming back anytime soon.
What do you guys think?
That's what I believe you should do. You might as well just start reading the Black Clover manga now. Because trust and believe, Black Clover ain't coming back anytime soon. Especially the fact that the manga release is like every 3 months.
I'll think about it.
Anyways, he'll break. We'll catch you guys next video. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Bleach content or any other anime content I upload to the channel and things like that. Hit the subscribe button to both our channels. We'll leave a link in the description below for my friend's channel. We're trying to hit our goals before the end of the year, even if it's not exactly possible, but I'll leave a link in the description below so you can have my friend reach his goal.
Yes, and same whatsoever. Subscribe to my boy Cam315, and yeah, help him reach his 900 subscriber goal, or.
Yeah, that's the plan. 900 subscribers. So far, I've already gotten over to 875. Finally, that's one. Let's make it 880, please.
He's getting close, guys. He's getting close.
One step closer. I'm also probably got to start reviewing like different types of animes. Maybe that's also the thing because I keep reviewing the same shit. Plus, when you're working 9 to 5 jobs, it's hard to get these reviews out. When you're getting home at like damn near 8 p.m.
Yeah. So without further ado, we'll see you all next time, and happy holidays, and take care of yourselves and each other.
Yeah, have a Merry Christmas. Peace.
Peace.